So this specifically is for a friend of mine. And the question is, how do I get over someone? And there are several reasons that you would need to get over someone. One, of course, would be a death. And deaths, they are hard on the front side, but they're kind of easier in the long run because of the permanence of the situation. You are forced into a position of dealing with it. And it is very hard on the front side, but the closure really is there. Romantically speaking, maybe you've had to leave someone because you're not ready or they're misbehaving or something, or maybe the person has left you. When someone leaves you, it's really an unbelievably challenging thing. Even if you're miserable in your relationship, the person leaves you and it can trigger this deep longing and pain. Now, in my case and many of my friends' cases, the person decides that they've had enough, and just out of the blue, it's, don't call me anymore, idiot, and then they've blocked you, and you don't get to share your side of you have a thing in here that says, let me get my dignity back by explaining myself. Here's why I behave the way I behave. And you're denied that opportunity. And so you're lying in bed, and you're miserable, and you're sleepless, and you're Facebook stalking, and you're planning what you're gonna say when you bump into this person again. You're typing up draft emails, and it's just hell. I had a relationship that ended, but the relationship ended in a way that said, yeah, maybe someday. And so there was that little shred of hope that kept me chained into, how am I going to get this person back? How am I going to make this work? This person's obviously not very interested. I've got to win this not only travel cross country and figure out how to make that work, but win this person back emotionally. And I think for a year and a half or something, I just kind of had this thing brewing where I had to get this person back. And I ended up seeing this person, and I realized this person hadn't been thinking about me every day, and this person had no intention of ever getting back with me. And it hurt so much. And I left and I just cried. I just cried from my soul. And you've probably had those nights where it just feels like your soul is purging. And you're just letting out all of that tension. It really is a wonderful thing, that deep thing of letting it go. And the next day I felt great. I was sad and numb, but also felt good. I felt light. That drama wasn't there anymore. And so I went home and my friend said, you look great. What happened? Nothing, just got over a girl. And that was an easy one. And I've had other ones that were harder, and what I found was hard was also the same thing of, without realizing it, you go to your computer and you've got all these photos together and you delete them. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, I'm sure I want to delete. Except for that one. And so you have that one little thing there, and you're throwing away their jewelry and whatever they left in your wallet and all this stuff. And except for that ticket stub, that was a really good night. And next thing you know, you've got all these Easter eggs, and without realizing you've done it, you've created this sort of tether that now you're stuck to. You're stuck to this person. And so for me, and I've seen it work with a friend, I kind of make it into a ceremonious event where I take all of the things and I take all the things and burn them, like a cremation. And you let this person go with love, okay? You say, this was a cool thing that we had, and it was special, and you're special, and it's not gonna work, and I'm not gonna wait for you. And so I'm gonna set you free, right? It's kind of theatrical and ceremonial. Instead of saying that bitch and just that bitching all over this person and creating this negativity, just be grateful. Be grateful. You were together because this person was valuable. And so honor that. Honor the years that you spent together, or the months, or whatever it was. And incinerate that stuff. I like to either, if it's jewelry, of course, recycle it or give it away, or but if it's pictures and stuff like that, just delete it. Delete it lovingly. Cremate it lovingly, right? If someone in your family dies, you burn them. You can burn them in a bitter way, or you can cremate them in a loving way, and a way that honors them. Because really what this is about you being right. You being aligned internally with good feelings, not with bad feelings. You don't want that drama sitting on your shoulders when you enter your next thing, because it'll make you defensive. Say, I'll never trust anyone ever again. And then how's your next relationship going to do when you walk into the relationship? That first date, I won't trust you. I can't trust you. How are you going to get that second date? You may not. You may not. So I read once that in the brain, after a breakup, the same part of the brain is triggered after a breakup. Is the same part that's triggered when you're going through withdrawals, like chemical withdrawals. So according to this study, you're addicted to the person that you're with. And when you've met someone new, that first week, I know you know that feeling of, I'm addicted to this person. I'm checking my phone every 30 seconds. It's been 45 seconds. Why haven't they responded? We've all had that. And so it seems to make a lot of sense. So if we're addicted, addiction and habits are kind of related. So let's look quickly at habits and addiction, and what is that? And habit usually is you've made a connection or a link mentally where you've done something several times. Every day after soccer practice, you go and you have a smoothie with your friend, and it's just for fun, but the next thing you know, after your big event, you need a reward. And so you like to punctuate the events of your life with food rewards or some sort of an upper kind of situation. And next thing you know, you're addicted. In some manner of speaking, you're addicted to the process, or you need something. Or you've got a little habit that you need to break. Maybe it's too expensive to go and get smoothies every day. So you have these with people too. You found someone and this person rubs your back at night. You put your head in this person's lap. It's someone to talk to. Maybe this person makes you lunch once in a while, brings you lunch. Maybe this person says that they love you in the mornings and starts your day off right. Right? These are very simple and honest things and very tender. These aren't dangerous things. It's easy to let those things in. And I think it's good to let those things in. And it's easy to get accustomed to them. And so it's hard to lose someone and someone takes away those little comforts, little creature comforts. So we let go by seeing, one, that it's okay not to have them. If you're watching this video, then you've probably come to some sort of acceptance that you can't have this person back. You'd be watching a video called How to Get That Person Back. But you're watching a video called How to Let Go of Someone That You Can't Have, or whatever it's going to be called. So the first thing you do when you're stuck is to admit that you're stuck, right? That's an old one. Your car is stuck in the mud. You don't hit the gas. You get out and you dig the wheel out, or you figure out some way, right? That you have to admit that you're stuck. You're stuck. You've got a problem. This person is not coming back. Even if you think the person may come back later, it's best, I feel, usually for me, it's best to approach it from the place of this person is not coming back. That way you can realign all your little things so that you are standing up by yourself and not trying to replace those needs with someone else or something else. And transferring your addiction to someone else. So admit that you're stuck. You're here because you want to know how to let someone go. You see that letting them go is the only way. So let's do it with love. Let's do it in a loving way. It doesn't feel good to be bitter and just think, I wish they could see me now. I could be happy for one day and they could see me in the 10 minutes of the day where I'll be happy. I want them to see how well I'm doing. Instead of just being free of it. And stop the chatter that says, here's what I'm going to say if I ever see them again. And here's what I'm going to tell that new person in their life, But for me, it just seems best to just be free of it. Be glad, be happy for them if you can be happy for them. I had a friend who was so strong. He came out on the other side of this, and he did the ceremonial deleting of the pictures, throwing away the little souvenirs, and he even left the girl and her new beau a gift card that says, "Enjoy your dinner on me." And boy, did it help him. And occasionally he would still have an attack, a little flare-up of longing, which is understandable. Like, the big cries get a lot of that stuff out, but there are little things that are still your habits. And I would tell him, it's just like you're craving a cigarette. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything that you crave a cigarette, right? If you're quitting smoking, once in a while you will crave that thing, okay? It's part of that's a new program that you just installed, and you still reach for that. You pull out your phone habitually and you reach for that button. Even though you deleted that app, you're used to it being there and you're used to checking it every time you get in the car or whatever. You're just craving a cigarette. So you might be craving your cigarette, and I'm sorry if you are. But make it into a little ceremony where you can set this person free, because what you're really doing is you're setting yourself free from the bondage of this hell that you're in because you can't satisfy the dream that you had with someone. if you bought a big blank canvas and you wanted to do this artwork on it and someone smashed it, it's not that you're, so it's the potential. I was about to use that, right? I was not done with that. It's just cotton, right? Canvas is just cotton, it's no big deal. But I had plans for it. And you have plans for these people. And it doesn't work out. That's okay. So if you're hurting, I will join you in that hurt. And then you join me in the releasing of that hurt. And let go of it. And honor that person and their new life. And give away those things with love. Delete those things with love. Get rid of all the Easter eggs. You may want to return them to the person if it's valuable. You know, you never know. Okay. Good luck. I wish you the best. I wish you the very best, and hang in there. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And soon. And soon.